All right, Richard Southern is on a much-deserved vacation, but we're lucky to be joined by senior business editor Mike Epple. Hey, Mike.
Hello, Erica. How are you?
I'm doing
Nice
well.
to see you.
Good to see you too.
Very
Thanks
good.
for joining us.
You too.
Okay, so let's start with a major deal that's been brokered by the United Nations.
This involves Ukrainian grain exports. Ukraine is known as the breadbasket to Europe, and it is a major exporter in regular times, so to speak, of grain to the globe. And what's happened here is since the war started with the Russian invasion, grain shipments have pretty much been halted. So a deal has been brokered now by the United Nations and Turkey, which is looking for grain from Ukraine to get some of these shipments moving through the Black Sea. And this, from a global perspective, is hopefully going to alleviate two things. First of all, the risk of famine in some countries, and also the prices that we've been paying at the grocery store, because the global market saw this as a major issue, obviously, from a supply standpoint. The price for wheat and soy and pretty much every other agricultural commodity earlier this year were at multi-decade, if not record highs. This deal today brought the price for wheat, for example, down by 6%. It's actually trading back below where it was before the Russian invasion occurred. So it should help alleviate some of the price pressures in the food aisle. We heard about gas prices coming down a little bit here. Maybe, just maybe, we've reached peak inflation. It's a long way to go, but a glimmer of hope, I suppose, from a price pressure standpoint.
Yeah, a bit of good news. Okay, a social media platform that's popular with teens seems to have fallen out of favor with advertisers, Mike.
Oh, Snap.
Oh, I gotcha.
Thank you.
A good one.
Yeah, Snap issued its earnings, and they're saying that the growth in the advertising revenue stream is slowing down. And this could be a sign that the advertising community, big companies, spending on social media overall could be pulling back a little bit. The reason? The worry that the economy is going to tip into a recession either later this year or early next. Consumer spending will slow. So the social media companies are seen as a bellwether for global advertising trends. So Snap stock was down 30% today. Meta, which is the parent of Facebook, dropped by 7%. Alphabet, which owns Google and YouTube, that was down by 6%. The entire social media sphere lost $136 billion in market value today.
Wow.
And Twitter was down too, because they've got the whole Elon Musk takeover, no takeover thing, and their earnings weren't great either.
Right. Oh, goodness. Okay. And finally, the trading week is over, and we actually saw some significant gains on the market, Mike.
Yep. Yeah, one of the best weeks, actually, of 2022. And for the most part, it's been a crummy year for the markets. But the TSX was up over 3%, NASDAQ up over 3%. The problem, Erica, is next week, we have the U.S. Federal Reserve. They're going to be raising interest rates and a whole bunch of earnings from the likes of Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Apple, Boeing. It runs the gamut of corporate earnings, so it could be a very busy and volatile week ahead. This one, though, was a good one.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Mike. That's senior business editor
Thank
Mike
you.
Epple.